We all want to make our lives happier and healthier, but somehow we all feel stuck somewhere, right? I have also been trying to improve myself, and I think it's very important that we keep asking ourselves questions like, how can my life be better? Or how can I be unstuck? Taking inspiration from Mel Robbins' interview, I have created my own framework that lets me simplify the complexity of life and find the reasons that led to being stuck. Now, one way is to revitalize your whole system and get a whole new system from scratch. This can be overwhelming and time-consuming. What I have found is a simpler way as an initial step, where you look back at your past and you find a time when you were happier and you felt unstuck. That will be the time in your life where things were much smoother. What my framework will help you do is you will use that time to review the system you were in and then revise your current situation. Do some comparative analysis of the old you versus the current you, and then find the gaps to fill in and then improve accordingly. The idea is to use yourself, what you already have done and you know that you're capable of because you've done it previously. So let's say, for example, if you remember that in 2018 you had the best year, you were productive, you were mentally peaceful, you were happier, what you do is you will pick that time of 2018 and then you will compare it with your current year or current time. One disclaimer, there will be a difference in your age and your stage of life. The previous time you were happier could have been 5 years ago, and you are in a very different stage of your educational or professional life or personal life, and things will vary. So keep that in mind while making the changes. You are not trying to bring the exact lifestyle, but take the inspiration. Now, what I have for you is a Notion template, which is showcasing the whole framework, and you can use that worksheet for free to fill in for yourself. Let's have a look. So this is my 3R system: review, revise, and renew. I have mentioned in italic some notes which you can read and then you can understand what to do with the worksheet. So the whole idea is that it's a 3-point system where you first review your system, and then you can revise the system accordingly, and then using the analysis you kind of renew your current system. Let's go down and check what it includes. First thing is the time frame. So you are going to have the year mentioned where you were happier. So here is the column of happier time. And then on the right, you have now, which is your current status. So I've just given an example of, let's say, 2016 versus 2023. And then stage of life. So what were you doing at that point? So for example, you were a sophomore at whatever college, and now you have a full-time job. Then comes step number 1, which is review. Here I have a table, and you can see that it's review, which is comparative analysis. So I have here 4 different parameters on which I am analyzing the situation. Again, happier time versus now. What you do is, given in italic, I have mentioned some examples. In routine, I have written down what it includes. So if you open this section, here you can see I have mentioned that this parameter includes your day-to-day lifestyle, simple chores, or even complex hobbies. So whatever your routine has been over the time. Then comes brain, which is the intellectual side of your lifestyle. So let's see. Here I have again mentioned as a comment that this parameter includes your intellectual side of life, your studies, your mindset, your learnings, and so on. So, and then I've mentioned some examples where one is I blogged some articles. So back in 2016, I was blogging versus now where I'm not writing anymore. Parameter number 3 is people, which is all about your relationships. It could be personal as well as professional, the people you knew from office, from work, from school, from your family, whoever. And what you do in this parameter is try to mention the names of those people and how your life was being impacted. For example, I've said that I used to have Ahmed as my accountability partner. Do I still have him as my accountability partner or not? You need to mention that in the now section. The 4th parameter I have here is money. And this is your relationship with money. It includes everything related to finance. So the money you were saving, investing, and so on and so forth. Just giving you an example here of if you were saving money per month versus if you are or you're not saving the money. And then the 4th column I have here is rate or prioritize. And by that, I mean, you will be rating these parameters based on what you have found about yourself. So once you've finished all the descriptive analysis of your happier time versus now for all these 4 parameters, try to see which one is most critical, or whichever parameter you find is the one that needs most attention. Let's say you have been now pretty bad at managing money. So that makes money your first priority, that you will work on it the most. Next we have here is revise. So this is step 2 of the process, and what you do in this is answer a few questions based on the parameters. Again, I've mentioned all the examples in italic for you to understand. For example, question number 1 is, what should I change? Now here, based on whatever parameter you have found most critical and whatever you think needs to be changed immediately, you mentioned that. What I have done is, if you go back here, you will see that every parameter has an icon, an emoji. I'm copy pasting that emoji here, and then I will write what I want to change in the brain parameter. The next question is, what should I maintain? So there will be some things that you have been doing pretty consistently and you're happy about it. This is the portion where you write about what you do not want to change. Comes the last question, which is, what am I adding new? So there will be some things that you will realize which were not present back in the years, and they are not present even now. But once you add them, they will definitely have an improvement in your lifestyle. This is the question in which you will answer all of those points. In the brain section, you can write about learning an additional skill. So for these 3 questions, you can either have answers for all the parameters or just the one which are your priority. You will have a good idea in front of you, probably a good map where you know what goals you want to set. And that's where the 3rd step comes in, which is renew. What you will do is set goals for yourself for that year or whatever timeline you want. So let's say if you want to go for goal number 1, which is about money, then you will mention about the status, if it started, if it's in progress, or if it's done. And down here, you can start writing about that goal. For example, in the money section, you can start writing your target. Then comes goal number 2, which is about people. And in there you can have a list like meet the founder of ABC company, which will help you achieve something. I will share this worksheet with you, and you can just fill in and work on it yourself and then see how this is going to change. Have your comparative analysis done and let me know if this framework works for you, or if you have any suggestions for me to improve this worksheet. There's another video where I have talked about the skills that we do not really learn in school, but they're so important in your daily life for your progress in life. So I made some points about that, and let me know if you can relate to those points as well. So here is to improving ourselves. Until next time, bye.